So I thought I'd do a video on how I'm a chicken shit. um, because I think that by doing the videos or putting my writing out there, people might think that I'm not scared, but I'm actually like scared shitless. And I say that because when I get nervous or scared, my nerves like hurt, especially my hands and through my body, and I feel tense and I shit a lot. But anyway, so yeah, it scares me, but I do it anyway. And anyway, so with the last video, the last video scared me the most so far. I have a lot more. But anyway, I had sent Stefan the last 2 videos, and so yeah, I was planning on sending him the 3rd one, but after doing the 3rd one, I didn't want to because I was like afraid to send it to him because I talk about him in that video, and I was like, and I thought about not sending it to him, but then I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not going to sit there and freaking hide that one video that's stupid and act like there's something to hide. And but it took me like 2 hours to make myself do it, and then I sent it. But like I couldn't believe how bad I was criticizing myself, like in my head, and even talking out loud, like criticizing myself, like telling me that I'm stupid and that I'm crazy and just all kinds of stuff. But it was like, but I was aware of it, you know? And so I was like, no, like I'm not gonna be like that anymore. And so I had to like stop and like go back to where I was at when I made the videos, like in my mind, and remember like where I was at, like, because when I did them, it's like I listened to my intuition, and I just really try and connect with that when I'm doing them, because I want to do them the best that I can. And I try and keep the ego out of it. I mean, there's still that part of the ego, that's like, it's my personality that's putting out the video. But what I'm saying is, it's like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like I try and connect with that higher self. And so it took me a while to get back there, but I did, and I was able to like calm myself down and not feel like stupid and not call myself names and not criticize everything. And I realized that I think that that's actually one of my defense mechanisms to do that, because if I sit there and criticize myself, then when someone else criticizes me, then I don't feel as bad because I agree with them. And but I don't want to be like that anymore. That's not who I really am. And there's things that we all make, if you want to call them mistakes, but really it's just, the way that we learn. And so a couple days later, in the morning, I called rocky because I was extremely anxious. Like, I felt so much anxiety, but I wasn't really sure why, because I wasn't feeling it over sending the video like I did, and I just didn't understand why I was feeling anxiety. But the more I thought about it, it's like I was thinking up all these scenarios of how this could turn out, the videos, and like just everything could turn out if it was to go well. And I started to think, I'm like, well, maybe I'm afraid of being successful. Like, I'm afraid of getting the things that I want. I'm like, why am I afraid of getting the things that I want? And so I was really contemplating that, trying to figure out why. And then I read in one of my textbooks later that day for school about the fear of success. And it talked about how it happens in a lot of people who have been criticized a lot, or in abusive relationships, or through poverty, or just different things like that. And it has to do with like self-esteem. Basically, like if I am successful and people notice me, or if I'm in a relationship and someone knows me, then they're going to find out that I'm not really smart. I'm not good looking, because I've always had kind of a body image issue, that I'm lazy. Which I don't really think that I'm lazy, but I'm lazy in some ways. Like I walk around and leave messes everywhere. That I have a temper. Just different things like that they're going to think I'm crazy. Because I haven't found a lot of people that have agreed with a lot of my ideas. And I've been called crazy my entire life. Not really in a bad way. Sometimes it was bad, but I grew up having really, really, really low self-esteem, and I feel like I have corrected that thinking in a lot of ways, but I've found that when I put myself out there and do something that is out of the ordinary but is something I want to do, all that subconscious stuff comes back into my mind and starts putting me down. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of people won't do what they feel like they want to do or should do, or whatever they're passionate about or desire, because of those same reasons. And I'm putting it out there basically to disable it in a way that I feel that stuff, I hear that stuff, and I'm just doing it anyway, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people think that. Even if people do think that. People think that you're crazy, or that your ideas are stupid, or that you're ugly, or whatever the heck it is. What matters is, if you're being true to yourself, if you're following what you feel is the right thing for you to be doing. So, what kind of helped me bring it out is, I think it was the next day. I was still feeling like that anxious kind of feeling, not really bad. But then on my way home from taking my kids to school, Stefan texted me and said he was like halfway through my video. And then, all, all flared up, like the anxiousness and everything. Like, oh, he's gonna think I'm such an idiot. He's gonna hate me, blah, blah. Like, he's gonna be mad I said all that stuff on camera. But anyway, so I went home and had to shit, because that's what happens when I get anxious. And then I went to the store, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I can't calm down. Like, I'm so, like, anxious. And I was listening to all this self-talk, and I just kept talking to her. Went and got my groceries, and I, like, just got the basics, because I just wanted to get out, because I felt like I couldn't do it. And I sat there, and I was going to turn on a tarot video, and I was like, no, I can't listen to tarot videos, because when I'm thinking like this and feeling like this, they're going to be negative as shit, right? Because it's like the videos always resonate with me. So, but I decided to try it anyway to see if it would bring me out of it, you know? And I turned on one, and then I turned on another. But the reason why I turned them off is because they started saying all this, oh, you're all this anxiety and all of this anxiety, and you thinking this, and old thinking patterns, and you're gonna have this shitty shit happen type of thing. And I stopped it, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I am so affecting it. I'm done with that shit. I'm not going to sit there and criticize myself like that and worry about what people think. I'm like, it's not about what people think. It doesn't matter. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for what people think. I'm not doing this for, I'm doing it because that's what I feel like I want to do. And I want to be able to help some people. And I know there's people out there that can benefit from what I'm trying to do. And that is what I am aiming at doing. And I just, like, it stopped it, because my heart was racing, like, all this stuff, and my heart just, like, calmed down, and, like, I just got all chill. And then I got tired. But and I was able to go back to that mindset where I made the videos, and then I turned on a tarot video, and it was back to the same messages I was listening to before I had the anxiety. The same messages that, you know, about the future, about what energy I'm putting out there, just the positive things that I believe I'm going to accomplish by doing this was back in the videos. And so really what I'm getting at is that it doesn't take a special kind of person that doesn't have these kinds of fears and anxieties and worries to go out and do something that they really are passionate about or want to do. You just have to do it anyway. And other people can do it. Whatever it is that they are desiring in their whatever, heart, soul, whatever you want to call it. And you don't have to wait until you've perfected anything either. That's another thing I learned. I have these paintings that I painted in high school, and there's a few things I didn't finish on them, but I never finished them because, and I think it was a way for me to always say when someone looked at them, oh, it's not finished. That way, if they judged it negatively, I wouldn't feel it so bad about it. But I realized that's stupid. And I finally put them on my wall like 17 years later. And even though I know that I didn't finish this over here and that over there, it doesn't matter. Like, now I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, if I saw a teenager do that, like, that's amazing. Like I do. I look at them and I'm like, those are really fucking good. And the other thing is that sometimes doing what we really, desire, or I mean, like what we feel like our intuition is telling us to do, sometimes doing that will bring up fucked up results or failure or something that you don't like. But I look at it as, well, I learned that faster than I would have the slow, painful way. Like, it's just quick, done, easy, got it out of the way. And now I can move on to something different. Why drag it out? Sometimes it won't be right, but in the way that you want it to be right. I mean, there was something to learn in it, right? So anyway, I just wanted to show that there's not anything like super special about being able to do YouTube videos or write, or, I mean, everyone's got things that they're great at or whatever, and it's okay to have all these other flaws or whatever and make mistakes, but just go out and do it if that's what you desire. And that's all.